Kirby, baby, yeet. Okay, guys, so here's another thing that you need to know about, and that's the power head. The power head is this part right here, and it comes off easier than any power head that I've ever seen in any vacuum. It's 3 easy steps. First, you lift the light, no tools required. Second, you spin this dial. That takes off the belt off the machine. Third, you unlock it, and it's going to jump right off. All you have to do then is lift it off, and there you go. So this is your power head, and again, it comes off in 3 easy steps, and it goes back on in 3 easy steps. Step one, you want to just set it there and tilt it back and lock it. Okay, now I want to just point something out to you about that one part. These hooks need to get on this bar before you lock it at the top. So when you're putting this on there, sometimes a little trick that I learned is you can just set it right in front of the Kirby just like that, and then actually just roll the Kirby forward, and it's gonna tilt that head forward where it needs to be, where you can just lock it into place that way. Okay, so again, that's something I've seen people struggle with, and I just wanted to point that out to you, that those feet need to get on the bar first before you lock it at the top. And if you have any trouble, you can do it that way, and you see how it's on there. When you pull it back, it stays on there, and then you just tilt it up, lock it, and there you go. Okay, so step one, you lock it at the top. Step two, put the belt back on the machine. Step three, you put the light down. Simple, right? Okay, 3 steps. So let's do it again. Lift the light, take off the belt, unlock it. Now, you got the head off. Now let's talk about the belt. If you ever need to change this belt, which I haven't changed my belt in a very long time, over a year. I couldn't even tell you the last time I had to do it. But every now and then you have to do it. And it's no big deal. Again, no tools required. Very simple. You just unlock it here, pop off that guard. It's going to fall right off. You're going to spin this dial right now, and that's going to release the belt off that hook inside there. See that hook inside there? You're just going to spin this dial. It's going to release the belt. You see how the belt drops down? And then you just give it a little tug. Out comes the brush roller. And now you've got your power head completely empty, and you can see the size of the suction area for your Kirby. As you can see, there's a huge suction area. There's a huge suction hole right here. So you're getting suction from the entire head, where other vacuums, you only get it from one small hole in the corner. It's a really bad design. This is a much better design, and that's why this design hasn't changed for over 100 years. Because, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And this is a patented design, so you're not going to see this on any. So you got the belt off, you got the brush out. This is how you put it back in. First of all, if you need to clean the brush roller, all you're going to do is just take off any hairs or whatever may be on there. Very easy to clean. All done by hand. If you need to replace the belt, you just grab a new belt, slide it right on. Simple, right? Now, here's what you need to know about this brush roller. It's bigger on one side and smaller on the other side. So when you're putting it back in the power head, you need to understand it's only going to go in one way. Okay, so if you're holding it like this with the hole facing you, it's going to be bigger on the left and smaller on the right. Also, another thing you need to know is there are numbers on the sides of the roller. You got 1, 2, and 3. The reason it has that is because this brush roller can be used all the way down to the nub of these bristles. So you can bring it closer and closer to the floor over the decades that you're using this thing. Remember, these last 10, 20, 30 years, even longer. So you're going to be wearing down these bristles over the decades, and you can rotate these numbers to bring it closer and closer to the floor. You're not going to have to worry about that for a very long time, okay? So when you're putting this back in, just put it on number 1. So number one, and then you're going to slide it in the power head just like this. Remember, bigger on the left, smaller on the right, and there you go. It's right in there. Okay, so that's one thing that you should know. And again, it's all designed that way to be able to get the dirt out of the carpet most efficiently. Put the belt right in the middle, and then just place your finger there, and then you're going to rotate this dial, and the hook is going to grab the belt inside the power head. So this hook, let me just talk about that for a second. When you're doing this, this dial needs to be in the green on green position. You can see how the two green arrows are lined up with each other. When you're going to put the brush back in the head, it has to be green on green, because once you put it back in and then you rotate it again, it'll be red on red, and that tells you that the belt is off the machine. Okay, so if you do this in the way that I'm doing it, you're not going to have to worry about that. But just in case you have it taken apart like this and this gets turned around, maybe one of the kids grabs it and they start playing with it or something like that, you should know that this needs to be green on green, so that you can put the brush roll back in here. Okay, so now that we know all that, remember, bigger on the left, smaller on the right. We're going to go 1 to 1, slide it in, put the belt in the middle. Just kind of hold your finger there just so it stays in place when you're turning it. And then you spin that dial. There you go. Then you grab this guard and this goes back on very easily, just like that. Remember, guys, this is a 14-year-old Kirby, and it still works like the day it did when it was brand new. Lock it down, and that's it. You're back in business. So now you can see the arrows are red to red, and now it's ready to go back on the machine. All right, so you want to make sure that the belt is making that figure 8 when you're going to put it back on the Kirby. Okay, I don't know how well you can see that, but you just want to make sure the belt is making a figure 8 inside there. And then you're going to put it right back on the machine like this. Like I said earlier, you want to make sure that those feet get on the machine before you tilt it and lock it. And a really easy way to do that is to just put it right in front, right in the middle, and just push it into it, and it'll jump on there itself. Lock it, spin the dial, put the light down, and you're ready to go. Okay, and you got a green light over here right on the side that tells you that the belt is spinning. So when you turn the Kirby on, you got to make sure you see that green light. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but that green light is going to be very visible when you turn it on. If you don't get that green light, that means the belt is not spinning, and if the belt is not spinning, it's not going to vacuum the way that it should. Okay, so that should cover everything about changing the Kirby belt. It's all done by hand, no tools required, and I'll do it just all in one take, just so you can see it one more time. Unlock it, take the guard off, spin the dial, take out the belt, take out the brush, put it back in. You're going to go 1 to 1, slide it in, put the belt in the middle, spin the dial, it's locked in. If you had to do this on another vacuum, you would need your toolbox. But in the time that it would take you to get the toolbox, you can change the belt on the Kirby. Put it back on. And that's it. So I'm glad that I could show you guys. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something. Stay tuned for more videos, because I'm going to be bringing you a lot more. And so go ahead and subscribe and leave a comment. Let me know how I did. If you do it differently, let me know, and we'll go from there. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.